This might be the oldest philosopher we've covered on this channel. Our last video was on Thales, who's often considered the first philosopher, and he was around the 6th century BC. Now with today's philosopher though, Ptah-hotep, he was thought to be around the 24th century BC. So that's a big difference. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Who was Ptah-hotep? What was his deal? And can someone that existed so long ago possibly provide us with anything practical in today's world? To answer those questions, stay tuned. Ancient Egypt is always talked about in a world history class, but I can't say I remember a very in-depth exploration. I mean, Egyptian mythology is pretty well known, Prince of Egypt is pretty popular, and of course the pyramids are pretty cool. But besides that, it seems like a mysterious place and time in history that we know little about. Ptah-hotep lived during this historical time, specifically during the 5th Egyptian dynasty. He was a vizier, which, for those of us who aren't historians, was the highest ranking government official serving under the pharaoh. If I'm understanding this correctly, it's kinda like a monarchy with a king or queen at the top and a prime minister underneath. The pharaoh had ultimate authority, but obviously because they're just one person, the vizier would help manage all the day-to-day stuff. Now one other important thing to know about Ptah-hotep was his adoration for Ma'at. Ma'at is both a goddess and a personification for a couple of concepts, kinda like how Hades can refer to the god of death or just death itself. Ma'at is the goddess of harmony, order, balance, that sort of thing. So Ma'at would be an incredibly important goddess for someone like a vizier who'd want to instill order and harmony in their rule. So Ptah-hotep was a high-ranking government official who had a thing for the goddess personifying order. Even though this is all the scarce amount of biographical information I could get on him, these 2 points both play into his work, the maxims, otherwise known as the maxims of Ptah-hotep. These 47 maxims present a handbook on how to practically live your life in accordance with Ma'at, or social harmony. It's kinda Confucian in that sense, but even reading it today, there are still some practical takeaways that you could apply to your life even if you aren't in ancient Egypt and don't know what the heck Ma'at is. I've picked out a handful of what I believe to be the most practical maxims for us to read together. Let's start with this one. Don't inflate your ego on account of your learning, nor drive your mind behind this or that teacher. Inquire of the unlearned as well as the learned. I think we see a lot of this in the philosophy community. It's easy to feel pride when you tackle these hard books, but don't assume that makes you better or smarter than others. Instead, just appreciate that you yourself have leveled up. Compare yourself to who you were in the past rather than comparing yourself to others. Also, never write someone off as unlearned or dumb. Instead of judging an argument on the basis of its source, aka the person, simply judge an argument based on the argument's content itself. You could miss a lot if you simply write someone off as dumb and then disregard everything that comes out of their mouth. Now this next one is intended for a leader listening to a petitioner, but I think it also has applicability elsewhere. One who has been wronged loves the soothing of his heart, even more than the accomplishment of what he came for. So this one I struggled with. Back in college I had a girlfriend, and when she was upset about something, I'd jump into problem solver mode, trying to think of possible solutions and whatnot. But she told me that she really just wanted to feel heard and feel a more emotional support. Now guys, I get it. All my problem solvers out there, I'm with you. We want practical solutions as opposed to someone just telling us that it'll be alright. But different people want different things, and this is true when they face problems in life. I know it may seem out of your element, but by giving a more emotionally supportive response rather than a practical one, might be more appreciated by either a partner or a friend. And it's not an either or. You could be both emotionally supportive and practical when someone comes to you troubled by something. But hey, at the end of the day, if they're happy, you're happy. So this next maxim deals with confrontation. Furthermore, tread carefully when you answer the speech of a fiery man. Avert your face, control yourself, that the missile of the bully may miss. For the one gracious in treading, smooth will be his course. Now, I know what you want to say. Yo bro, if someone's coming at me talking shit, I'ma kick his ass. But okay, I think this is another issue involving pride and ego. Let's say someone is coming at you saying some bad things about you or your family. Should we really just turn the other cheek? I mean, you're gonna look weak in front of everyone else. But is that image of yourself more important than the physical health of both you and the other person? Sure, pain is temporary, pride is forever, that sort of thing. But can you even expect to have gained a favorable image by attacking the other guy back? You might just come off as easily triggered or weak-willed. Let me know what you guys think. Let's say you're at a bar and you see two dudes fighting over a girl. Because it's always over a girl, isn't it? Guy number one says something like, "Bro, she doesn't even like you. You're dressed like Steve Urkel from Family Matters." If guy number two just walks away after that, how would you perceive him? How would you perceive him if he instead punches guy number one in the face? Me personally, I respect the walking away. It ain't worth it. So those are 3 maxims that I felt were practical even today by Ptahhotep. His maxims are a pretty short read, so I'd recommend you all check it out for yourself if you're interested. If you enjoyed this video, then check out our other videos, subscribe, like, and hit the bell. And shout out to Aturger4198 for the suggestion of this forgotten philosopher. And with that, I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day.